Hey, Josh the Balloon Guy here. And after such an interesting weekend, twisting in the rain, twisting at a wedding, I thought I would jump on and make a couple of tools with you guys. Make the tape measure from the photos yesterday. So I have my red 260 here. And then I've got another tool that my wife had asked about. That's a simple one, and I was like, I don't know if I can make a video by itself, but together it'll be good. So for the tape measure, what I used was a red 260. This can be any color depending on the brand you want to make. A black 350 or 360. And I used a yellow, but I'm almost out of those. So because I only get the variety pack. But I do have plenty of white because I buy white by themselves. Use white for the tape, and then of course a Sharpie to add the details. We're going to start with our red. Blow it up roughly about halfway, doesn't have to be too big. And we're basically doing, like almost like a chibi head, or similar to what I do for my Among Us crewmate, or even the way I start my flamingo. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and do a pinch twist, and then a four-finger bubble, another pinch twist, match up that four-finger bubble, and then do a bubble. Ends up being about 9-10 fingers. Actually, what I also should, it's also the same as the empty tomb, right? And then tear off, tie off. And that gives us our basic structure. All right, then for our black 360, we're just gonna do a deep tulip and then split it. Okay, and it only needs to be about a hand width, really. Okay, give yourself a knot, and then push in. And this is the same way you'd make like monster truck tires, or big race car fat tires. Take a deep tulip twist, and then we're just gonna split it directly in half. Stick that right inside. Okay. And then for the other 360, in this case white, I'm just going to squeeze all the air out to make it flat. Tie it off. And do a better job with this one than I did in my actual one at the party. There's an actual picture. I want to hide that nozzle a little better, where it's coming out. Okay. Yeah, it's just going to dangle. It's concept art. Okay. And then I just took my Sharpie and went down and measured, and not measured, but marked off a bunch of marks on it. If anybody's trying to use this for an accurate measurement, man. And then just whatever, whatever brand you want to put on there. In this case, balloon tape. Balloon tape TM. All right. And you know what? We can even do a little square rectangle here. That is the lock. Tape measure is going to lock the tape in place. Anyway, just details, little details. All right, so the other tool that I'm going to make, and you might guess it from the elements, is a red. This one's a 12-inch. You could do it with a 5-inch. If you do it with a 5-inch, I might recommend doing a 160 for the other one. But a red 12-inch, 11-inch, depending on the brand. This is Semper Texas 11-inch, and then a brown 260. We're going to go ahead and blow our 11-inch up to about cantaloupe size. Tie off very close to the nozzle, and then we're going to take our 260 and I want to blow it up about halfway, leaving just over a hand, maybe a hand and a thumb, because it's going to be a handle. And yes, I'm going to give it a long enough nozzle there. So I did let out some air. Tie them together because we're going to do a marriage twist. So you're also going to need a little scrap of something. All right, in this case, reach into my pile of scraps, grab a little red scrap, and I'm going to push the air up into the neck of the 11-inch and then back through, grabbing at the bottom, twisting, and then taking that scrap right around the knot. Just tying it off. And push it back up in through. And then figure out about how long you want the handle. I'm going to do it a little bit, a little bit longer than from elbow to fingertip. Tear off. Tie off. And then you're ready to go take on that out of line toilet that I made a while back. All right, because yes, you have a plunger to take on your toilet. So 2 new tools to add to your toolbox today: a tape measure and a plunger. All right, as always, keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.